Welcome to the Film Vault. Today, we're diving into an ambitious and thought provoking sci fi epic that blends mystery, space exploration, and deep existential questions about humanity's past and future. This is a film that takes us from the vast emptiness of space to the secrets buried beneath the Martian surface, unraveling a story of forgotten civilizations, hidden truths, and the fate of mankind itself. The story begins in 1967 as cosmonaut Vladimir hurtles toward Earth after completing his mission. But something goes horribly wrong. His ship's parachute fails, sending him plummeting at a deadly speed, flames licking the exterior, the heat overwhelming. In that moment, as death seems inevitable, he sees something, a light flickering just beyond his vision. Decades later, we meet Jean, a psychologist conducting a famous marshmallow test with children. A simple experiment of patience and impulse control, yet Jean already knows the results before they happen. She has a gift, an ability to read people, to predict their choices. Meanwhile, on the news, a tragic accident claims the life of a psychologist set to join an upcoming Mars mission. And then Jean receives the call, an invitation to take that very position. 10 months later, the Ulysses mission is only 24 hours away from Mars. A crew of brilliant but flawed individuals is on the verge of making history. Jean has been having a no strings attached relationship with Captain Martin, who is in the middle of a bitter divorce with his wife, Alessandra. Billionaire investor William oversees the mission, and tensions are already high after nearly a year in the isolated confines of deep space. But then, a shocking revelation shakes the crew. Martin reveals that they aren't the first humans to reach Mars. A secret American mission, Z1, arrived just 2 weeks prior using revolutionary propulsion technology. However, all contact with the Z1 crew was lost after a chilling message. Do not come for us. It's dangerous. The crew is now on a rescue mission, whether they like it or not. As they prepare for landing, the situation takes a deadly turn. A system failure prevents the shuttle from detaching from the main ship. The only way to fix it is manually. Martin goes out on a spacewalk and successfully resolves the issue, but in the process, he is struck by debris and sent drifting into the void. With no way to save him, the crew is forced to move on, their emotions suppressed as survival takes priority. The descent onto Mars is brutal. The ship shakes violently, the heat unbearable. Another failure strikes, insufficient power, complete system shutdown. The crew must land manually, and against all odds, they succeed. But the victory is short lived. With no fuel and no functional life support system, they have only 24 hours to survive. As the crew scrambles for solutions, Alessandra looks out the window and sees something, a figure standing on a distant hill before disappearing. At first, she questions her sanity, but then a discovery changes everything. The wreckage of Z1 is found, but there are no bodies, no signs of its crew. Only a lone astronaut lying in the dust, unconscious, holding a black box. The crew brings him back, believing he is a survivor of Z1, but there's something strange about him. He claims to be Vladimir, the Russian astronaut who died in 1967. At first, they dismiss it as delusion, a result of trauma. But when Earth confirms that no Russians were aboard Z1 and that Vladimir did indeed die decades ago, the crew begins to wonder if they've uncovered something impossible. Then, another shock. A DNA test reveals Vladimir isn't entirely human. He has a third genetic strand, something unknown to science. And when he disappears from the ship without a trace, despite all doors being sealed, fear and paranoia set in. Meanwhile, Earth is watching closely. The powerful and enigmatic CEO Ivan, whose company developed the Z1 propulsion system, is dying. But he has a plan, one that involves transferring his consciousness into a quantum state, a digital immortality. He sees Vladimir as the missing key to understanding what awaits humanity beyond Earth. On Mars, the mystery deepens. The crew discovers an ancient structure, alien yet eerily familiar. Tests reveal a material unknown on Earth, a substance that resembles mythical orichalcum, the legendary metal of Atlantis. And then the truth emerges. Mars was once home to an advanced civilization. The planet's destruction was not natural. It was caused by its inhabitants, who overexploited resources, waged war, and ultimately fled to Earth. Humanity is not native to Earth. We are the descendants of Martians. Vladimir, created by the last survivors of Mars, has been waiting for them. And Jean is the key to it all. She has been seeing him her entire life, in dreams and visions, because her DNA is different. She is part of something greater. As tensions reach a boiling point, a second ship, Z2, arrives, bringing armed guards with orders to seize Vladimir. They believe he is the most valuable discovery in human history. But Vladimir has his own agenda. He whispers cryptic words to Jean, unlocking memories buried deep in her subconscious. She sees herself in the distant past, standing at a crossroads between two worlds. Then, the moment of revelation. Jean, injured and trapped, sees Vladimir's final message. The decision is hers. Humanity stands at the same precipice Mars once did. The question is not whether humans can survive, but whether they deserve to. As the story races toward its breathtaking conclusion, Jean makes her choice. The storm approaches. The last remnants of Mars awaken. And in the end, the fate of two worlds rests in the hands of one woman. This is a sci-fi epic that explores destiny, morality, and the cycle of civilization. It challenges us to look beyond our history, beyond our planet, and ask the fundamental question: if given a second chance, would humanity do things differently? If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the world of cinema. Let us know in the comments, what would you do if you uncovered the truth about humanity's origins? Would you embrace it or fear it? Thanks for watching the Film Vault, where we break down the stories that shape our imaginations. See you in the next one.